Welcome back to GTA Online. Today's episode starts with an angry outburst directed at two builders after one of them says something offensive to me. I get too carried away though and start beating this guy on the floor, even after he's already dead. This is definitely something I need to work on with my therapist. Just for good measure, I knock over the drill, which has been miraculously held up this whole time by the power of continuity. I make a dash for it in my freshly refurbished mid-sized family car for one, but I notice some potential witnesses fleeing the scene. Naturally, I shoot them in the back with my silenced pistol and watch them fall down the ladder like pinballs at an arcade. This triggers the police to start coming, so I have to make an escape pretty soon. I remove any potential witnesses and start climbing the ladder crane, admiring my character's massive personality in the process. The LSPD arrives and I'm forced to take drastic action. I manage to shoot two officers in a helicopter before watching it explode on the ground. I start taking out as many officers as possible, but it's not long until I'm completely surrounded. A short while later, an officer jump scares me by spawning in on top of the crane and my life is over. Seconds later, I'm right back at it with the crimes and commandeer a motorbike. I begin driving like a maniac, narrowly missing people and buildings in the process. I get too cocky however, and a car throws me from my bike, critically injuring me. I watch as my blood is strewn all over the road and desperately attempt to get back on the bike. I get round the corner, but a red light shows and I'm forced to stop, because even gangsters care about road safety. After claiming the record for the longest time stopped at a red light, I escape from the police yet again. While driving on the wrong side of the road, I see a helpless driver swerve off the gap in the road, plummeting to their death. It was a sad watch, but it was all for the good cause of evading the police after brutally murdering an entire construction site full of workers. I drive off into the sunset, confident I will never be found by the police. After my escape, I try to jump over a nearby car and fail miserably. The driver then panics, so I decide to spend 10 minutes of my life following an NPC halfway across the entire of the GTA 5 map. I then get bored however and decide to send the driver a little gift in the form of a sticky bomb. Escaping yet again from the police, I find myself at the stadium, where a guard makes the unfortunate decision to push me. I have no choice but to retaliate with an uppercut to the chin, extinguishing the fierce flame that was the stadium guard. Poor guy probably had a family. His only job was to guard a stadium that you can't even go in, and he goes and gets himself one-punch assassinated by a guy who looks like a chauffeur. I do a few loops of the stadium before accidentally running into a helpless young woman, a true victim of circumstance. The police are called again, and I'm faced with two choices: have another shootout, or endlessly drive around the stadium until the stars go away. For once, I chose the non-violent option. Don't get too comfortable though, as soon as the stars go away, I drift into 3 people and go on a 10-minute long shootout. Eventually, I'm run off the road and my life was cut short once again. One of my favourite things to do in GTA is the stash house raids. Every day you get a new location on the map to drive to and you have to kill the NPCs in the stash house and raid the safe. I've discovered the perfect strategy to take as little damage as possible. I always stand at the top of the stairs and throw a grenade off the wall into the basement. Watch how the stash house is cleared with ease before I go down the stairs, find the code to the safe and steal the contents. After having a brief shootout with the gang outside, me and my Mohawk friend here run away with the goods, and shortly after, my bunker has been resupplied and I'm gifted some cash. I decide to head to the casino to spin the wheel, and to my utter surprise, I've been gifted a 10% discount at Doc T's. I've been wanting to make another big purchase, so this gives me the perfect excuse. I go onto the website and proceed to buy the cheapest item I don't already own. I call Pegasus to deliver my helicopter, and then call them again to deliver my boat. I'm not saying I'm better than you, but I just called my helicopter to take me to my boat. So, I arrive at the pier and take the speedboat for a spin. I love the name, Speedophile. It's so creative and such a good play on words of the word audiophile. I head out past the map edges and take the boat over some unnecessarily high waves before ramming it into an NPC on the shore and destroying the evidence. It quickly turns very ugly and I'm in yet another shootout. This time I bravely steal a police car and do something I've never done before: drive on this part of the map without running anyone over. What I've just done is almost as serious as the time I went to the Lego store and lined one of those pick and build tubs with bricks and then stuffed the middle with as many build your own character accessories as possible. I was so close to getting away with it until the guy at the desk offered to tape it closed and then opened the lid and saw what I did. Younger me was so afraid of being put in jail that day. The guy looked at me and said, "I see what you've done here. I'll let you off this one time, but if you do it again, you'll be asked to leave." What a rush. Anyway, I escape into the hills of Vinewood and I'm still being chased by the police. I turn my police car into a plane before jumping in it over another car and landing it on its roof. Don't worry though, I still managed to reclose my door because even gangsters care about health and safety while performing aerial related car stunts. I lose a couple more doors and the bumpers have disappeared, yet somehow my driver door is still there. I think this is a sign from God to keep committing crimes. I head for my clubhouse in an effort to take shelter, but I remember I can only go inside if I don't have a wanted level. I have no choice but to engage in a shootout. Helicopters exploding, cars overturning, kill counts rising, another sign from God. A random driver crashes into the clubhouse, blocking the police from shooting me. I take this opportunity to escape. Unfortunately, I don't get very far as my car overturns and gets stuck. I accept my fate and die once again. When I spawn back in, I immediately steal another man's car and then threaten him with a gun. It seems that he felt so threatened that he had no choice but to run into an oncoming car. Bit of an extreme reaction, but okay. I arrive at my counterfeit cash factory and perform an excellent J-turn. Who needs back windows anyway? I go in and see there's a sizable amount to sell. The scariest part about GTA Online is people who try to stop you from doing small missions like these. One minute I'm in a lorry that says little pricks and butt lovers on the side. The next, I've been blown up by an obnoxious flying motorbike or wiped off the face of the earth with a satellite missile thing. I just want to sell my fake money to NPCs in peace. I've noticed that my entire market for counterfeit cash in GTA is the same 5 people over and over again. These people must have really high stakes games of Monopoly. I graciously reverse the bin lorry through the alleys of Los Santos and complete my delivery. I finally secure $73,000, and that was the most productive 15 minutes of my entire hour and a half I spent recording this. Another mentally stable and peaceful day on GTA Online. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.